What's happening? What's going on, y'all? We are back. What's going on? We are back with another installment of the Midday Mix. We are in the mix together, all of us. We've got the Facebook family. Here we go from the VIP. Here we've got also the fam out there, our cousins over there on Twitter as well as YouTube. Good to see all of y'all. Come on in, man. Come on in. What's up? What's up, bro? What's happening? Mitch, New York Mets, baby. What's happening? Yeah, we are in here, man. We're live in the Midday Mix, man. Today we are going to be breaking down this 5-game slate we've got for the night. Really a solid amount of success we saw in the sweatshop last night. Very, very good showings. I know I had one myself. Went in and 6 times my buy-in across all 3 sites. That's always a good thing. As you know, I have recommended most of you to play lightly as we close out this NBA season. You know, no reason to give it all back. No reason to DP. Is that DP? What's up, DP? Good to see you, big fam. Stack, stack, stack. Samuel, I like the drum. What's going on, big homie? What we're doing, we're going to be stacking on this short slate. Now, I'm telling you, you're not required to stack. That's not a requirement. You can play this slate however you want to play it. But me, I play lightly on these shorter slates. What up, Mark Davis? I'm just trying to get to the cash line, get a little something else to play with the next day for the larger slate, as well as continuing to increase my bankroll so we can go hard on opening day. That being said, man, when it comes to MLB, a lot of information. MLB is a lot of information. Chris Tinder, what's up, big homie? It's a lot of information. And right now, if you are somebody who's serious about MLB DFS, you got some information that you think you want to share, hit me up, man. You can the DFSsweatshop at Gmail is a spot you can go. Let me know you're one of the number of people that want to be involved. I have no issue bringing y'all on the show, man. This is an altruistic movement. All of us rocking together. Got a lot of love for a lot of you. There's no reason why we all can't put our heads together. I'll invite you over on the show. We can get it in, talk some MLB, and help people to increase those bankrolls. So, what's my thoughts on this beard thing, man? I'm not looking too much into what's going on, man. The talk surrounding, James Harden, man. The one thing that does concern me is the wrist issue. That concerns me, but I do think that he's going to want to come out and play an excellent game, especially after what we saw Russ Westbrook do. QV, what's up, big homie? So, I do have some plans to roster James Harden tonight. As value does open up during the day, it's going to make it a lot easier. He's able to be fit in right now. But as value opens up throughout the afternoon, then I'm going to, go a little harder. Right now, I've got 5 lines that I really like. Harden is in 2 of them. So hopefully, value will increase throughout the day because usually, like I say all the time, man, the way I start these big high dollar players is, they're a fade for me until the slate actually tells me to play them. And the way the slate's going to tell me to play them is by the value that opens up. We saw what happened in Philly yesterday. That told us play Westbrook because there was enough value. There was enough value. I can't see if you're a guy that's going to be running multiple lineups. I can't see you engaging in the talk of J-Hawk, what's going on, big homie? I can't see you engaging in the talk of all-out fading Harden. If you're running one lineup and you're saying, fuck it, I'm fading Harden, I don't have an issue with that. But if you got multiple lines, do not fade the man. You got to have him in there at some point. So, real quick, man, the perfect lineup strategy shit, that has got, like, the DFS world buzzing right now. Like, everybody wants to know who is behind it, what's going on with it. And you know what, today, as a special gift, to a lot of cats in the DFS world, I have put up on the Sweatshop website. It is a free post. You can go check it out. It is a free post, and it's going to really tell you who we feel, from the Sweatshop's point of view and the research that we're doing. It tells us, it's going to tell you what we feel are the best positions to attack per team. This is the most times we've seen actual teams give up perfect lineup spots, and that, man, I'm telling you, this shit is fucking crazy. It's eerie how on point this research has become, man, and it's a very, very wonderful thing, and I can't wait until we get deeper into the MLB season, because of course we're going to need some data in order to do the back testing and do the things we need to do to make sure that we can apply this same success we've had in NBA to MLB. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. We're going to briefly just talk about the games in general. But for me, I'm going to be having a stacked state of mind. Is that in the VIP as well? Yes, in the VIP, Rudy posts a video walking you step by step through the process. and he is available, makes himself available to answer questions about this stuff whenever you do have one. So I believe it's the pin post right now in the Facebook VIP. And if you're not in the Facebook VIP, man, get your ass in there, man. It's very simple. You go to the website, www.DFSsweatshop.com. That is where you receive all of the information that these folks have, and it's making them such a great profitable players. So let's go ahead and jump right into it, man. We've got the Brooklyn Nets going to Detroit to take on the Pistons. What's up, Guru? Visiting from my guys at the Draft Shop and Gundacker. Shout out to Draft Shop, man. Shout out to Gundacker, man. Them my dudes, man. The one dude at Draft Shop, that's my fucking guy, Kyle Barney. I got much love for that dude, man. Very solid cat, man. All right, so Brooklyn Nets at the Detroit Pistons. This is a 213-point total. On the Brooklyn Nets side, it's 103.3 implied team total. Now, what that is telling me right off the bat is that we can take a look at some of the guys that's going to be like the more higher usage guys. The more higher usage guys, okay? We're talking about guys like Jeremy Lin, Brook Lopez, maybe some Rondae Hollis-Jefferson. These are a few plays that I do want to take a look at. Now, I'm not thinking of rocking with an all-out stack on the Brooklyn side because I think there's just so much more meat on some other bones in here. But those are plays that we can take a look at. Definitely. Is his wrist really hurting him? That's the thing. I think the wrist is an issue. But this dude is a fucking warrior, bro. Like James Harden is not like some poo pansy motherfucker. Like this dude is a straight fucking warrior and who wants to like win the MVP. He still thinks there's a shot. And you think about it, most of us are prisoners to the moment because last night, if you had caught me while I was 100% Harden on those other on FanDuel and on Yahoo, if you caught me last night and asked me who's the MVP, I was Russell Westbrook, of course, because he was winning me all the money. All my money that I won was because of him. So if you caught me last night and asked me who's the MVP, I would have said Westbrook. But tonight, if Harden goes out and drops 103 DraftKings points and I got him everywhere, he's gonna be my MVP. So there's still a chance for this guy to win the MVP, and he's gonna go out and he's gonna play well. So back to the games at hand, man. Detroit on their side, it's a minus 6.5. So Detroit Pistons are at home. They're giving up 6.5 points. You know, I think this can be a definite Kentavious Caldwell Pope spot. I know you guys are not going to want to hear that. He has not been playing particularly well lately. But, you know, in this matchup where, you know, is this one place we can attack the Brooklyn Nets? It's everywhere. And if we pull up some of the perfect lineup strategy stuff and we look at, you know, shooting guard, out of all the teams on the slate, the shooting guard is the second spot where we can attack. As far as, you know, getting into that perfect lineup strategy. Shooting guard is there for the taking against the Brooklyn Nets. If you go check that out, you can definitely see that. So now the data is telling us. The data is telling us that KCP is a very solid play on tonight. That's what the data is telling us. Whether you like him or not. Same thing we went through with Kent Bazemore last night. The data told us to play Kent Bazemore. Where you look at him, he's 1% owned and dropped 38 DraftKings points. So the data, in some respects, Rudy ain't telling you, I'm not telling you, but the data is telling you to go ahead and take a shot at KCP faced up against the Brooklyn Nets. Now, the number one team against shooting guards on the slate, the easiest team to target on the slate is the LA Clippers, but we might see some changes to that. We're not sure if we're going to be seeing a ton or all of the LA Clippers guys. We're not sure if we're going to be seeing all of them. They could rest. They're already in position. Their playoff seeding is pretty much already locked in. So we need to take a look at that as well. And that's why I went automatically to the Brooklyn Nets. Now behind them is going to be the Cleveland Cavaliers, the third ranked team that we should pick on when it comes to that perfect lineup back testing. So KCP in a really good spot for me. I've got him pretty much. I'm at 5 lineups. I'm 80% KCP. I like him a lot. I'm going to be rocking with him. Marcus Morris is also a guy that we can look to. And if we go back to that and check it out, the Brooklyn Nets are number 1 at the center spot. Nobody's really going to want to be on Drummond because we've seen how much Brolo has played well against Drummond. So that's probably going to be where a lot of people are going to be going. I'm going to have some Drummond. Detroit is second. So that means we can play both of those cats. Drummond as well as Brook Lopez. It could be a 2-center night. This girl is stalking Guru. Damn. Don't stalk me, baby. All right, so that's where we're at as far as the Detroit side. Let's look at some other spots to see. Power forward. They're 4th on the list at power forward when it comes to the perfect lineup rankings. Talking about the Brooklyn Nets. So that does offer some consideration to John Lure. I think he could be in a really solid spot. We've also got them like sixth at small forward, and that kind of takes me off of not only Tobias Harris and Marcus Morris some. It kind of takes me off of yeah. The players that I'm going to be going in this game are going to be Kentavious Caldwell Pope, Andre Drummond, and Brook Lopez. That's where I'm going to be. Attack Brooklyn at the 3 and 4 spots. That's where I'm going to be rolling. How do I feel about Chris Dunn? We're going to get to him in just a moment. He's been eating up a lot of minutes from Shabazz, so I think he is in play. But we're going to get to that in just a moment. Next game we're talking about. Now, ordinarily, this is the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Chicago Bulls. Chicago's at home. The Cleveland Cavs are giving up 5 points. Automatically, my best inclination is telling me to stack Cleveland. It's just telling me that. Like LeBron, Kyrie, Kevin Love, maybe Tristan Thompson. And I'm on an all-out fuck Robin Lopez thing, which might come back to bite me. I just hate what he did to me the last time I rostered him, and I'm not going to play him again. That motherfucker is dead to me. But you can take him at your own risk. He does pop up in a couple of the models. And I got a lot of questions. If, can I get LeBron and Harden in the lineup? And I don't see why you couldn't. I don't see why you would want to, because there's not like a ton of value has opened up to the point to where, you could roster you could roster both of those guys in the same lineup. I don't think we've got that much value in the slate. Coming in on YouTube, I said I think Jimmy Butler is a lock, and I think he's going to eat today. I think Jimmy Butler's a lock for 45. I don't think he's a lock for 60. At 10K on DraftKings, that's kind of what you need in order for him to make that value that we want. So I'm not going to be on Jimmy Butler too much today. Not at all on DraftKings. Not at all. I just can't play Butler at 10K. I can't. This is a dude that a few weeks ago we didn't even want to touch him at 8.7. So I'm not going to take him at 10K. If I want exposure to the scoring drive when it comes to the Chicago Bulls, I'll play Rajon Rondo first. Tom Sand says his favorite play on the day is Kevin Love, and I can get that. I can get with that. That makes sense. Josh Dewey, what's up, big homie? Tone Loke. That is expensive for Jimmy. Of course it is expensive. It is. 10K on FanDuel too. No, I'm not doing it. Value is subjective on a 5-gamer. Great point. That is a great point coming over from Twitter. Says value is subjective on a 5-game slate. That's real. Because a lot of times what you really want is the guy who scores the most points. Whether it's 5x value, 6x value, you want the guy that scores the most points. And I don't think that Jimmy Butler is going to score the most points. Because we've got two other cats that have something to say about that. In my opinion, easily. We've got LeBron and we've got Harden. So I think today for me is either a LeBron slate, or it's going to be a Harden slate. I don't think it's going to be a Jimmy Butler slate at all. I could be wrong about that. If you love him, stick with him. I don't want to talk you off of any of your plays. If you love him, stick with him. But I will not be having any Jimmy Butler across any site. So Jimmy does have 80-point upside. Yes, he does. And you're more than welcome. Now, let's check out how these teams stack up when it comes to our perfect lineup rankings, okay? Now, the worst spot for the Chicago Bulls, the place to attack the Chicago Bulls, so far I'm seeing from the research we've done, is at the point guard spot. And that means give me some of that Kyrie Irving, baby. That means pour him on me. Kyrie Harden is what you got? Cool. I like that. Chris Barth, what's happening, big homie? Chris Barth says it's a Kyrie slate. And the data is kind of backing up what Chris Barth is saying. I love Kyrie in this spot. Matched up against Rajon Rondo, that's what it's saying. So that means Chicago, out of all the teams on the slate, they have given up the second most perfect lineup spots. Portland being the first. Chicago is a little bit far back in terms of shooting guard, and you look at who's going to be playing against them at shooting guard. It's going to be J.R. Smith, who I don't like anyway. I don't like him anyway. We look at him; they're last way back in small forward. So that means, they do restrict the small forward spot, but that small forward is going to be LeBron James. That is an outlier. I will take my shot at LeBron James. Chicago's middle of the pack against the power forward positions. So that means, I don't have to really look to Mirotic. I really don't. Or Bobby Portis. I don't. The center spot, they're in the middle of the pack as well. So that means Tristan Thompson is going to be a upside play. So that's how we're looking at that. On the Cleveland side, they're way to the back in just about every category except shooting guard. And the beautiful thing about that is that's going to be a lot of your Jimmy Butler because he's really going to play the shooting guard. Normally it will be Dwayne Wade, but we're going to see a lot more Jimmy Butler playing that spot as the primary ball handler, coming off of the ball with also Rajon Rondo right there. Now at point guard, Cleveland is a little bit further to the back, and which kind of takes me a little bit off Rondo. I'm not as on Rondo as I would have been had we not done this research and come up with this. So the next game we're going to be talking about is going to be the LA Lakers and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Keep in mind, none of these cats have too much to play for. Jacob Kennedy says J.R. Smith is going to find his shot. He better, because the motherfucker been missing for the longest. You know what I'm saying? So checking it out, LA Lakers and the Minnesota Timberwolves. This is a 218.5 point total. With the Minnesota Timberwolves being the home favorite, giving up 10.5 points. That's a lot of points for this team to give up to the Lakers, especially since some of their key guys have not been playing particularly well. And when I say key guys, I'm talking about Andrew Wiggins for the most part, as well as Shabazz Muhammad off of the bench. You know how you like Tristan Thompson alike. Yeah, I do like Tristan Thompson alike. I do like him. Research doesn't take into account Rondo on. Okay, I got you. Corey Green, what's up, big homie? Dunn is getting minutes. Yeah, he is getting minutes. So let's go ahead and check this out. Rondo killing the Cavs goes back to his hairline. What about the kid Nwaba? Good question there. I will not be on him. It's a 5-game slate, so you need kind of guys like that are gonna separate you in tournaments. I think he's gonna be very low owned, as he should be, because he's strictly a tournament dart and upside play. No Shabazmo. I'm not fucking with you. He's not been playing well. Wiggins or Shabazz hasn't been playing well. I would rather go Chris Dunn, over Shabazz any day. So breaking the slate down a little bit, this game down. On the LA Lakers side is a 104 point total. 218 is the complete total. And it's looking at where some of the Minnesota guys stack up, or as a defense, versus the position in our true DVP, the perfect lineup rankings. Minnesota is pretty much far to the back, just about every category. So I don't think there's anywhere on the slate when it comes to the Lakers that I really just it makes me want to attack Minnesota. So for me, in most of my lines, I'm not going to have very much of the Lakers at all, because the data is not saying that we should play those guys based on the perfect lineup stuff. So that's not a place that I'm going to be targeting. Now on the Minnesota side, the LA Lakers, their weakness seems to be the power forward spot. So that makes Gorgui Dieng to me a must play. I love Gorgui Dieng in that spot that he's in, matched up against the LA Lakers. They are, out of all the teams that are on the slate tonight, I'm on a Laker fade. I'm not playing any Lakers. I'm fading them. Now, as far as on the Lakers side, those cats give it up to the power forward. They have the second most number of perfect lineup spots given up on the slate. So that means Gorgui Dieng is kind of a must play for me. I'm locking Gorgui Dieng in. I love the spot that he's in. Plus, if we check him out and look at him, I think he's been pretty much on a tear lately, playing pretty well. D'Angelo Russell. And see, the funny thing about D'Angelo Russell and Gorgui Dieng, 34, 36, 32 over the last 3 games, that is solid. The funny thing about D'Angelo Russell is he is now playing more at the 2. He is now playing more at the 2 guard. So, if you want to play anywhere against the Minnesota Timberwolves, that's a spot that you can look to, because he's going to be matched up against Brandon Rush in a lot of spots, and I don't have an issue there. Someone's going to play well on the Lakers. We got to find out who it is. Yeah, that's what it is. We just got to find out who it is. And I think, on a 5-game slate, I can rock on my little Laker fade and not even fuck with it. You like Clarkson tonight, but that's about it for the Lakers. You can't get Randall Wright. Well, welcome to the fucking club. I can't get Randall Wright anyway. Kenny Shave, what's happening, big homie? Kenny Shave, I need you to get on the show, bro. We got to talk some MLB. If you play Dang Pam with Rubio, that's a good... I usually do that. Usually when I like Rubio, I like Dang too. So, our targets on the Minnesota side, I think, is going to be Gorgui Dieng. You can look at some Ricky Rubio. Karl Anthony Towns is one of those talents that's just really good. He's priced up at 10.9. Maybe you can take a shot at him. Just got a question about Ivica Zubac. Let's look at his last few games, man. Just see what he's been doing lately. It's a 20th ranked DVP, and we know that you can get right at the center spot against the Minnesota Timberwolves. 22, 21, 15, 33. See, that's... We're still waiting for another one of those 40-point games from Zubac, and I don't think that's something that we're going to see tonight. I just don't. So, you can stack some Minnesota in certain spots. I like Gorgie Jang the most because I'm going to be paying up in some spots for Harden. I'm going to be paying up. See, I can get Gorgie Jang in my Cleveland stack with Kyrie, LeBron, and Love and still feel great about the rest of my lineup. I can get, him, Gorgie Jang in a lineup with Harden and feel still comfortable about my lineup. So, and I can play Jang at center. He's power forward plus center eligible. It gives me that flexibility. That's why I like Gorgie Jang so much on tonight. Next game I'm going to be talking about is the LA Clippers and the Phoenix Suns. I'm going to say something right now. Yes, even with the data, I do like Dang. I'm going to tell you something right now about this Clipper and Phoenix game. This game right now has some of the most uncertain circumstances going into it because we know where the Clippers are at as far as their playoff seeding and what's going on with them. This game is a complete mess because we could see some guys sit. We could find out this stuff after lock. Now, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. I don't want to be the guy, that comes in and kind of shakes you up and scares you and shit, saying, oh, guys might risk it and nobody does. But it is definitely a possibility that we don't see the big three. It's a possibility. And then you have on the Phoenix side, where we know we've got Devin Booker being a game-time decision, Barbosa's a game-time decision. Of course, Bledsoe and Bender and Brandon Knight are out. So there's so much uncertainty that if you get this game right, it can definitely help you out. Because I guarantee you, players from both sides of this game are going to be very low owned. If Booker plays, he's going to murder the LA Clippers. Well, let's see what the perfect lineup has to say about that. Let's check it out. Now, looking at the LA Clippers, shooting guard and small forward are the two best positions to attack the LA Clippers at as far as the slate goes. Shooting guard and small forward. So let's see what we have here in the way of shooting guards for the Phoenix Suns. Of course, you got the homie Devin Booker, who is a game-time decision. If he does play, I will like him. I will trust the process as far as our perfect lineup stuff goes. Small forward TJ Warren, 7.5. I think you can play both of those guys in this matchup easily. Tyler Ulis is going to be getting all the minutes. Jason Price, Ulis is going to get all the run, all the minutes. We're going to be playing 40. So, and I think, to me, the safer plays in this game are going to be on the Phoenix side. Now, the one thing is it's a 9.5 point spread. So this game could blow out. And you talk about Ulis being overpriced at 7.2, and I can dig that. But on a 5-game slate where you're really just trying to get the most scoring you can, I don't think that, it's not like he's like 10K like Jimmy Butler, and if he only scores 40 points, you'll be mad because you spent too much in salary. Ulis can get 35 and get you that 5x value at 7.2. I don't have an issue with him at all there. So those are going to be my targets from Phoenix when it comes to stacking this team. It's going to be Tyler Ulis, TJ Warren, and some Devin Booker, with giving consideration to Allen Williams and at 5K. Very solid matchup for him. There's a good chance we might. Raymond Felton, you talked about it. You just brought him up. I'm just going to get into him. And we know the coach's son is going to be out. So if we look on the Phoenix Suns side and see where's the best place we can attack them. Okay, Phoenix Suns is showing up at point guard as the number 3 team to target right after Portland and Chicago. They're showing up in the number 3 right after the LA Clippers and Detroit at small forward. We can look at that. And also center, they're number 3. We can attack them there. So that kind of tells us, the way we can approach this game. Of course, with DeAndre Jordan, if he's going to play. Maurice Spates, if DeAndre Jordan doesn't play. Felton, we're not going to see the coach's son. So there's a few spots for us now. Crawford or Felton. I honestly would go Felton, bro. Felton needs 30 minutes to get 20 plus. Yeah, and he might get 30 minutes if somebody rests. He might get 30 minutes. I mean, no, this is a guy that when Paul was out, when Paul was out, dude was getting to it. He was getting to it. So we can definitely look to him. But hopefully the big 3 does play, and it'll make it a little bit clearer for us. And then that means we can use some of the Phoenix guys that are really good. I like Al-Farouq Aminu tonight. I do like him too. CP3 likely sitting down. Just a prediction. I feel very similar. Wesley Johnson, a sneaky GPP dart. That is the truth. He is very sneaky and a dart that I'm not going to be throwing. Now, the last game on the slate is going to be the game that a lot of us are going to have interest in, man. Just listening around to all of it. Because a guy asked me, well, it came up in the shop yesterday. Damn, man, Mo, when do you sleep? And I can tell you, watching the games late at night. Then I'm up till like 4:30 doing the show for everybody over on YouTube, doing the edits and everything. I get to bed about 4:30. Then I had to wake up early in the morning, get to the barbershop, cut some hair, do all of my research because I listen to everybody around the industry, see who the chalk's going to be, just so I can get here and bring all that information back to you in the midday mix. And the funny thing is, I have been sleeping right when lineups lock. As soon as lineups lock, I like doze off, and I wake up halfway through the first set of games, and then I watch, and then I watch the rest of the game. So if you want to know when I sleep when lineups lock. It's like this big weight is like lifted off of me, like whew, lineups are locked. I'm going to lay down, and that's what I do. That's where I sleep. So back to the Houston and Portland game. This is the highest point total on the slate, 231.5. Mo Crawford has been 7x against them this year. That's something to look at. That's something to look at, definitely. All right, so Houston Rockets are giving up 1 point. So the Portland Trailblazers at the Motor Center are a home dog. I love the home dog. A few guys just stand out to me automatically. If we go back to the perfect lineup strategy, we can take a look at those cats there. Portland gives it up the most to the point guard. They're higher on the list to the shooting guard. They're way back as far as small forward. They're right there at power forward. So who's been playing power forward lately for the Houston Rockets since Ryan Anderson is out? Ryan Anderson's out. Who's been playing power forward? Yes, Trevor Ariza. We can look to Trevor Ariza tonight. Of course, we've got Montrezl Harrell's game time decision and Ryan Anderson out. On the Portland side, Festus Ezeli and Ed Davis are going to be out there. That's been the way that's been for a while. So we can definitely target the Portland Trailblazers at the power forward position. I like Trevor Ariza today. He's going to be in quite a few of my lineups. Portland is way toward the back at center. That's going to take Capella off of the table for me. I'm not going to have probably any Capella. But on the Portland side, some guys that we can look to target, because if we look at the Houston Rockets and the places where they're weakest at, it's going to be at the power forward spot, maybe at center in some spots. So we can definitely take a look at Yusuf Nurkic. I like the spot. The price is up on him though. The price is up on Nurkic, man. At 8K on DraftKings, I find it hard for me to get up to that. I really do. This game going to be a track meet. Michael Young says this game is going to be a track meet, and be prepared for the letdown, because we were in this spot a few days ago with the Cleveland and the San Antonio game, and Cleveland shat the bed, and we didn't see half of what we thought we were going to see. Don't think that's what we're going to see tonight, but just be on the lookout for that. Back to the Houston side, James Harden. What are we doing with James Harden today? I like him. Foul trouble for Nurkic. That's a good question coming from Rudy, man. But you know what? I don't see cats as active around the basket. Like, it's not like, Capella goes down and sets up in the post and he gets a chance to work his way to the basket and get and draw fouls. Like, Capella only scores when Harden is throwing him lobs or he's getting a putback. So he doesn't have the ball long enough to, I think, get a guy like Nurkic in foul trouble. If anything, I think Capella sees foul trouble fucking with Nurkic. Like, I'm just off Capella today. I don't like him. Harden is nursing a wrist injury and playing through it. Yes, he's playing through it. Nurk can have to switch onto Harden on the pick and roll. Harden gets people in foul trouble. Yeah. Harden gets people in foul trouble going to the basket. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that aspect of it. But I still think you can look to Nurkic if you need that center spot. I'm probably gonna be paying down some. I'm right around Burlow and Drummond at center, and Nurkic is just a little bit too pricey for me. Harden gonna be cooking like Lil B style. I think so tonight. Moving on, breaking it down just a little bit more. Looking at that, of course, that power forward spot for the Houston Rockets. I definitely like Ariza. We talked about him already. A few stat combos we can look at. Houston is the point guard, shooting guard, and power forward. Now let's look at the point guard against this. This is what I'm telling you. Harden is such a great play. I think a lot of people are viewing Patrick Beverley as the point guard in this offense. I think a lot of people are viewing Patrick Beverley as the point guard in this offense. And to me, there's a point guard and then there's a primary ball handler. Usually those are the same thing, but on the Houston Rockets team, it's not. James Harden is the fucking point guard. James Harden is the point guard. He is the primary ball handler on this team. And I think he's in a very solid spot. Portland gives it up to the primary ball handler or point guard, however you want to put it, So I don't like Patrick Beverly. Even though the price is down at 4.9, I'm not going to have a lot of him in my lineups. Now, at shooting guard, another place we can attack Portland. I think you can even look to Sweet Lou Williams. I think he's going to be stumbling and fumbling and bumbling and knocking down shots. Also, I think that we can take a look at Eric Gordon in that starting role. Says, yes, people are stupid. Well, I don't want to call people stupid, bro. Pat Beverly might be higher owned because people think he's the point guard. Yeah, he's not. Pat Beverly is not the point guard on this team. Like he shifts over and plays a lot of the two, and if the game blows out, then he can be the primary ball handler, but he's not the point guard. So all this data is telling me to fire the fuck up on James Harden. That's what it's telling me. It's telling me to fire James Harden. The more I look at it, the more I like him. I'm gonna have right now I'm at 2 of 5 lines, I believe, right now of James Harden. As we see more open up throughout the day in the way Brandon Gill says, pour Lou Williams all over him, baby. Pour him on me, baby. Pour him on me, baby. I'll take it. As we see more value open up, I'm going to go harder and harder on Harden. But right now, I think 2 of 5, I'm in a really good spot. He's going to be a part of my single entries. Yo, really good stuff came up in the shop, man. I can't remember who the homie was, but he says that we should definitely, take advantage of those 3 entry max tournaments on DraftKings. I like those. Get into those. Those and your single entry GPPs are the games I want you to really take advantage of. So finishing up, where does Houston rank? Against power forwards, Houston they rank 3rd out of all the teams. So that means Al-Farouq Aminu is somebody who's in play. Maybe a little bit of Noah Vonleh is somebody that we can look to because he plays power forward next to Nurkic. We can definitely look there. I would take the salary savings in that situation, and I would definitely rock with Noah Vonleh. I see him being a lot less owned than Al-Farouq Aminu, and he's $400 cheaper, but he's the one that's starting. So I like Noah Vonleh in the spot. I can definitely get with him. You think? I have a big gut feeling that Kevin Love goes off tonight. I can get with that. I can get with that. So yeah, finishing up, man. Where else is Houston weak at? I've got a weakness for Houston here at small forward in some spots. So that means we can look to a couple of guys on the Portland wing. They normally are not good against shooting guards, but the data is telling us otherwise. It is. And James Harden gets this rap for being like, oh, James Harden's such a bad defender. But the data is telling us that shooting guards are not really getting it against him. It tells us that point guards are not really getting it against the Houston Rockets. So that kind of makes Dame a player that I'm not too excited about rostering. I'm really not. I'd rather, if I want to take a shot in that Portland backcourt, I would rather take the discount and go with CJ McCollum in the 29th ranked DVP at 7.6 than pay all the way up for Dame Lillard because I like Kyrie in that spot. So Lillard is on a mission, and I think he plays well. Coming from saying I like the drum. If that's how you feel, man, rock with it, bro. Rock with it. Lots of shooting guards. Love is still soft. His upside is capped. I can get that. But it's gonna be a really nice 5-game slate, man. Like I said, play lightly, man. There's no need to give it all back. All right. There's no need to give it all back. I have been rocking with about 10% of my complete bankroll as we go ahead into the MLB season. Tyus Jones is not a player I'm particularly into. I'm just not. Aminu Vonleh. He has Aminu over Vonleh. DP has Aminu over Vonleh. I like Vonleh, bro. I like the starter because coaches generally roll with the hot hand. Any core stack. I'm gonna tell you my core stack. All right, my core stack for the day is and I'm gonna roll with 2 core stacks. 2 core stacks. My lineups are going to be split down the middle. It's going to be Cleveland stack, or it's going to be a Houston stack with some Phoenix guys in it. That's how I'm rocking. That's where I'm going today. It's going to be either a Cleveland stack or a Houston stack. That's how I'm rolling. And I know that's probably going to be pretty chalky, but on a 5-game slate, all you need is that 1 or 2 differences in your lineup to go ahead and separate you in tournaments. That's all you need. And if you're rocking if you got optimizer software and you're rocking with it, right before lock, 5 minutes, run a lineup in the optimizer and post that bitch. Antonio Coley, what's up, big homie? Kenny Shea, Vonleh looks good lately. He plays hard and rebounds. That's exactly. And he's not scoring dependent. The dude can go out and get 8 points and 12 rebounds. Most definitely, they were all trash. What about the Clipper stack? No. because the reason why I don't want to fall in love with the Clipper stack right now is because I'm not sure if everybody's gonna play. I'm not sure if everybody's gonna play, and if everybody does play, I'm not sure the game stays close because it's a 9.5 point total. So I would much rather rock with some Phoenix guys that I know whether the game blows out or not are going to be on the court. Guys like Tyler Ulis, whether the game blows out or not, he's going to be on the court. Devin Booker, we've seen that. Whether the game blows out, he's going to play. T.J. Warren, whether the game blows out or not, he's going to be playing. So if I had to target anybody in that Clippers and Phoenix game, it would be more towards the Phoenix guys. That's what I would like. Plus, when it comes to the perfect lineup stuff, we've got some LA Clippers that are in giving up spots. So I like to have cats in giving up. And also, people are saying they like Piston stacks. And what kind of takes me off an all-out Piston stack or even an all-out Brooklyn stack is just because I don't like some of these. Like, okay, I like Drummond. Yes, I like Drummond. I like Lopez. I like Jeremy Lin. And I like Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. So this could be a game stack, but as far as stacking one side, like a team, stack Detroit, stack Brooklyn. I'm not doing that. I'll go too deep on those guys at very most and feel comfortable. The odds are completely against us in the 9 o'clock. Plus, the Pistons are the chalk. Yeah, everybody's going to be on the Pistons. And for good reason. They're in a good spot. They're trying to make the playoffs. They still really care about playing ball. Ish Smith. I'm not on Ish Smith, bro. Ish Smith is 6.1. I don't love Ish Smith in this spot. I don't love him. For some reason, I just don't love him. Yeah, exactly. I can stack this game, just not a specific team. Marcus Morris is the sleeper of the slate. Aaron McNeil. Nervous about playing Ish. I am nervous about playing Ish. Yeah. Now, isn't he cheaper on FanDuel? Isn't Ish cheaper on FanDuel? I think he is. Fade Ish at 6K. Coming from Jason Gunnis and Jay Guns. Yeah, he had 5.3 on FanDuel. Yes. Give me some of that. You can pour Ish on me for 5.3 on FanDuel. Think about that. If a guy is cheaper on FanDuel than he is on DraftKings, then that definitely deserves consideration. I like him. And he looks at Chris Dunn. Yes, I do like him. We know he's been eating very much into the minutes of Shabazz Muhammad, and I think they want to see what the young guy has going forward. I think he's going to probably be like the solid backup point guard to Rick Rubio for the next few seasons going, so I don't have an issue there. Got Tobias Harris everywhere. I'm not on Tobias Harris. I don't like him. Got a question about Denzel Valentine. Let's take a look at that. But we got Valentine priced at 3.9. That's very cheap. Probably not going to be very highly owned on a 5-game slate. Let's look and see where we have the Cleveland Cavs ranked as far as against small forwards. They are towards the back of the pack. So I'm not going to be on him. I'm not going to be. Do I like Jared Dudley? No. I'm not on Jared Dudley's. So just coming in from Kurt Cover, man, Tobias Harris and Marcus Morris are really appealing to him because of some prop bets. Now, if you don't know about prop betting, check us out. That's something that we all have also gotten into. Is Chris Paul a must start? If I know right now that Chris Paul is playing, I can look at starting him. But if we look at what has been allowed at the point guard spot against the Phoenix Suns, they are like third on the list. Like they're really bad against the point guard. So if we know for a fact that we're going to see him, yeah, definitely. We can take a look at that. Toby coming off of the bench. Remember that? Oh, Jim Nail says the last time Toby came off of the bench, he played very well. And are you saying they're playing Valentine at the 2 instead of they even further back okay. I'm not on them. I don't like Valentine. Why would Clippers West? They have to win. Or just because they're on the back-to-back, we've seen that happen. I mean, they just did it. And they needed to win then. And they just rested. So I just want people to be under, just knowing that, look at your lineups as, think about possible scenarios you might have to do differently to rest. And plus, I mean, look what the fuck they're playing. They're playing the Suns, bro. Like, it's not like a big game they have to win. Valentine and Zipster play the 2. And see, and this is another thing. We gotta look at this, bro. We gotta look at this because, all right, if you're saying Valentine and Zipser plays the 2, you really think that Jimmy Butler is playing the 3 like he's a small forward? No, he's one of the primary ball handlers. Look who plays off of the ball. We've got most times when Rondo is starting, the next guy that plays off of the ball to the point guard is more than likely the shooting guard, or what we would determine a shooting guard. And more often than not, it's not Paul Zipser. It's not Denzel Valentine. It's Jimmy Butler. It's Jimmy Butler. Like Jimmy Butler is he's slated at small forward, but he's a 2, and that's why he's available at 2 or 3. Well, Jay Gunn says it doesn't matter. I think it does matter, bro. The guy that plays off of the ball, the off the ball scorer, is generally the 2 guard. That's how we're doing it. That's why they make the multiple eligibility on DraftKings, because they've grown accustomed to understanding that. So I just don't like Jimmy. I don't like Jimmy. Sammy Likes Drum says Friday's slate is sexy as fuck, and I'm gonna look into that definitely. So this was a really quick hit video, man. Just wanted to get you guys some of that content, man. Kind of break down a little bit more in depth of how we can rock those perfect lineup strategies. It is available today for free. The perfect lineup strategy breakdown is available for free today at the website www.DFSsweatshop.com. If it works out for you well, come and join us. We would love to have you in the shop where all these fine young ladies and gentlemen are here. Thank y'all so much to Day One family. I really appreciate y'all being a part of this thing. I'm going to be rolling out. We've got a big slate of games coming up on Friday. We got to get those things squared away. So let's go ahead and have a very profitable night. Okay? Now, and also, I am working on something to unite the sites. YouTube is a classic forum for us to get in there and mix it up. And a lot of the information and content that you're going to be getting is free. And it's really solid stuff. Now, once you decide that you like somebody on YouTube and they offer some other paid services on the side, you're more than welcome to patronize that, and that's what happens a lot. Well, there's a lot of shows we do have on the YouTube world that I kind of want to get us all together, get us on the same accord, have us to make our shows. This shit can be like ESPN, bro. YouTube can be like ESPN if we use the shit correctly, and that's if we stop hating on each other, show nothing but love for each other, and put ourselves, our individual selves, on the back burner and think about you all, the people that are consuming the stuff that we're putting out. If we just do that, care more about you all than we do about our own specific, standing, then I think it could be a really, really solid, dope forum for us to get solid, real content out to you. Because your alternative to us is the motherfuckers who got $150,000 on the slate. Motherfuckers who got all the money and have no reason to tell you the truth. They have no reason to tell you who they're playing. As a matter of fact, they have all the reason in the world to mislead you and misdirect you. So I want to get us together, man, and we can all really set up a line of shows, information that we can definitely get out to y'all and really help y'all out, man. Because guess what? Some of us, me, Cam, Guns, Von Harris, the homies over there at Fantasy Phenom, we're all regular guys who just play DFS. We're regular guys that play DFS. So we don't have any interest in telling you not to play Jimmy Butler because we're going to be all over him. We don't care if you play Jimmy Butler. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I don't care, because all my whole livelihood ain't on the line. If you win, it doesn't hurt me if you win. Actually, I like to see you win, and we know that that's not the case when it comes to some of the larger sites. So we want to, kind of pull together as one tight-knit group on YouTube, even though we've got our individual things, our own individual shit. Definitely, we want to do that for you, man, so we get some solid content out for you on the daily. Baseball's coming up. You're going to be rolling hard in baseball. Thank y'all so much. I got much love for y'all, man. I appreciate everything you're doing for me. Shout out to the cousins on YouTube and on Twitter. Good luck tonight, everybody in the Facebook VIP. Much love for y'all. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a wonderful and profitable Thursday, and I will see you back tonight doing the recap show, and then again here at 3:30 doing the midday mix. I am committed to doing this every day for y'all. Thank you so much. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Profitable. Keep it 300.